Right, hello everybody, English Woodsman here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Most of all, thank you very much for clicking on this video. But today we're out with a budget of £65 to £70 to find what low budget camping equipment we can get from Home Bargains. £17.99, that's a good start. At least we've got a sleeping bag. Plenty of stuff for you to pick from, so let's have a little look through. Knife, fork and spoon, £1.29. Oh yes, let's get some little dish. So we get a plate, a dish, and we'll get a little cup. Single airbed. Yep, we'll have that. Now I would get one of these. Yeah, let's get a nest tin. Well, mess tin, sorry. Inflatable pillow. What colour? We'll get a red one. Where at tents? Need to find a tent now, don't we? Here we go, this is what we need. Right, knocking everything off. A lantern. Outdoor lantern. $3.99, we'll have that. Oh, these tents are very cheap tents. £15. See, if I get one, that brings my budget then to £66.50. So we're going to go with stove. So £66, we've got another £4 to spend. Let's see how it goes. Right, so for just under £70, the airbed, plate, bowl and a cup, a mess tin, something to eat, knife, fork and spoon, gas stove, got a puller, lantern, a tent what I very fear it's going to be any good really. 2-person tent, I don't know. And then we got the sleeping bag, but it says 3 seasons sleeping bag. Ideal for autumn to early winter. Well, we'll have to wait and see about that one, won't we? Right, so a couple of days after buying all the items, we're going to be taking a look at them. Definitely brilliant for summertime camping, that's probably it. The tent, I don't think it's something that you take out your back garden, never mind camping in some woodland or anywhere like that. Now, I've added all this back up and it came to £68.49p, not including the food. Some people might look like the food I like to take, so I didn't put the food into it. So all the stuff that we got, we're going to get it out, we're going to have a look and we're going to talk about the price and then we're going to have a look at it as well. But I've just shown once again, like the previous video, you can camp on a budget. Right, so the most item what took up most of the budget was the sleeping bag, £17.99. Now I know I could have got this cheaper on eBay probably, even Amazon. But the point of the video is seeing what we could find in Home Bargains. We will look on eBay, Amazon, Wish.com and see what sort of stuff we can buy with under £100. I don't think for new stuff we could get any lower really than the £65 to £75 mark. So I'm going to always set myself the budget for £100 and then we'll always work by that. So yeah, we've got AliExpress, we can look on there for cheap stuff, see if we can find a setup. We've got eBay, Amazon. We could even go outdoors probably and see what cheapest setup they have. Other places like that. And then what we can do as well is we'll look at the mid-range stuff. What mid-range stuff could get cheap but not go over a massive budget. Maybe the budget may need to go up to £150 for the mid-range stuff. But for the low budget camping stuff, these are the sort of stuff I can get. So like I said, the sleeping bag, it says 3 seasons sleeping bag, it's a mummy one. Ideal for autumn to early winter sleeping. £17.99. Yeah, we will look further into this as well as keeping up with wild camping and other tent reviews. Wild camping probably mainly. So the second thing is the dome tent. Well, I've got a lot of doubt this is really going to be any good. The tent was $14.99. Then this is what's going to be good really for a lot of stuff, is the stove. Now the stove cost me $12.99. The gas is what I already had at home. Then the airbed. I'm going to have joys blowing this apart really. Single airbed. How much was that one? The airbed. $9.99. The tin where you can warm some food up with on the stove, $1.99. The pillow cost me £1.49p. Lantern, $3.99. I got a plate. The plate cost me £1.49p. The bowl, 99p. And the cup a little bit more money in the bowl, £1.29p. I thought the bowl would be a bit more money than the cup. And then we've got the knife and fork set, what all clips together for £1.29. So what we'll do is, we'll get the tent set up, because that's the first thing when you're out camping, what you do need to put up. So we'll get the tent up, and then we'll start adding stuff to the setup as we go. So I'm already going to say I think the tent's probably a kid's tent for in the garden. But if you're camping on a little campsite, or you are camping in your back garden with your kids and you want a first time tent, this is probably the way to do it. You get a nice little top cover there, you get some pegs, and then you get your tent. Now the last tent what I used were a pop-up tent. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it to the end of this. The pop-up tent, I left it on the campsite for the young kids to use. There were two little brothers and they were quite happy the way the tent popped up, so in the morning I left it for them to have and to use. So fiberglass poles, I'm not sure how many poles you get here. It's going to be 2 poles I think. Wow, these are thin poles. Definitely a garden camping tent, this one. So you're going to find this. I think the first hole here is for your tent pole, and your second one is for your peg. Right, so I need to stick this over the top of the tent. You're getting what you pay for with this tent, honestly. I've just decided what I'm going to do while I'm putting the 4 pegs out. I'm going to garden test this, stick hose pipe on it, see if it leaks. Now, are you one of these people who say no it won't leak, or are you somebody who says it'll definitely leak? All you have to do is comment below, say yeah or no. If you're definitely sure it's going to leak like I am, put definitely leaks. You could put definitely not leak if you want. And then when we come round to testing it in garden, we'll see the outcome, and I put people's answers up on screen. So like a mini shout out if you got your own video as well, people see your name on the screen. One thing I do like about the tent is it's got a mesh door. So you can close it up like that. It's a bit warm through night. And if it is raining, you can just pull that down. But there's no zip there for the door on the bottom part. So you go on, comment below, let me know. Do you think it's going to leak? I'm already going to say yeah. I might pin my comment at the top saying yeah, definitely. Next thing I want to look at is the sleeping bed. I think everyone really has one of these in their house, don't they? When guests come over. And I'm going to have to blow this up by my mouth, so this is going to take a while. Right, we're there. 5 minutes later, I don't know how many times I've spammed around world. Let's get this in. I just hope it's big enough. Right, so that only just fits in there. Yep, only just fits in, but perfect. You know, I'm not saying this stuff will do you for wild camping up a mountain. All I'm saying is, with these sort of videos, I'm showing you just what you can buy on a low budget so you can try camping for the first time outdoors. Even if it's in your back garden, a little bit of private woodland, this is just the equipment what you could try. There's no need to go out spending £200–300 on a brand new tent, or the money on a brand new expensive sleeping bag, air mat, stoves. For you to decide you don't like it. So this is just showing you what you can do on a budget just to test if you enjoy the camping. Because I always say one thing, if you like it and you've not camped before, it's going to get very, very expensive over the next 2 or 3 years of you starting camping. Because you don't just have, you know, the summertime equipment, then you've got your autumn. Now your autumn equipment is different from your summer equipment, and then you go into your winter time, what's completely different to your summer equipment. And I think anybody can understand that if they do camping or not. Winter time comes, you need warmer equipment, comfortable equipment as well. Summertime, less warm stuff, you know, you can just be all right within a 2-season sleeping bag. A cheap airbed like this, you don't get cold through summertime. But always remember, whenever you're going to go out, check the weather, check the temperatures, just make sure you understand what's going to happen while you're out. If you're going to expect any rain and stuff, just take a close eye to the weather before you do set off. Because it's important that your equipment's going to do you right. But once again, these videos are just to show you you can camp on a budget for the first couple of times. So I think after your tent, the next most important thing is probably your sleeping bag. So the sleeping bag saves here, ideal for autumn to early winter. Length of it is 225 centimetres by 80 centimetres by 55 centimetres. So the 80 centimetres will be the top part where your shoulders are, the 55 centimetres will be the foot box where your feet go, and like I say, the 225 centimetres is the length of it. For adults only, not suitable for children. I don't see why they put that on. I know when my kids were growing up, we used my sleeping bags. Polyester, hollow fibre filled. Right, so landscape pillow, bright red. I use this at weekend when I'm over videos. It's not the comfortable pillows, I think we can all accept that. It were £1 something. There we go. Get that thrown in there. So we're in the tent now. Air vents there, help cut down condensation. You get one pocket on one of the sides, sleeping bag, the air mats in, pillow. Decent for one size, this little tent. They're flying it already. Right, so you get your little cup. Be alright, I think. If I'm right, I think everybody started out camping would have at least got the cup like this. Landscape bowl. And you get your plate. And once again, anyone who's done camping and got into it from starting off on a budget would have had these sort of knife and forks. Your spoon, and then your fork connects onto the spoon like that, and then you get your knife that connects into place as well, like so, and they all lock into place. I don't know how much it says the weigh together, but I don't think it really makes much difference. So you've got a drink, bowl for some pudding, your main food, and a knife and fork to eat your food with. And you get your little mess tin, what you can boil your food with on a little stove, pour it into your plates. And the next thing you're going to need is your stove. You need to boil some water. Now, Home Bargains only had this one in. I didn't want to get another one off of Amazon because I wouldn't have had enough money. And the one that is cheap, I've already got already. But you can just take this with. I've already put a gas canister in it there. I had a blue one of these when I first started camping, and it did me well for what I need. You can take these for caravan camping, if you're doing a bit of, what's that thing called now? Glamping with your family tents. These stoves are quite popular with stuff like that. You got your gas here. Get your gas in place. Turn off. I think I did that wrong. There we go. It's lit. I've tried to get it close as I can so you can see the gas flame, but you can't see it, but I think you can see the heat here coming up. Simple, cheap equipment what will last you for your first few wild camps. You know, out of all this, the only thing what's making me saying, you know, you couldn't really use possibly is the tent. But I had to stick to the Home Bargains. I didn't want to be buying it from another shop because I'm breaking the shop thing that I'm doing. Like previously I went to Lidl, not Aldi, sorry, got it all from there. This just shows you what I can get from Home Bargains. It's just the tent at the moment. But when I first started camping, I used one of these stoves in blue. I've used these cups, plates, you know, and stuff like that. The knife and forks. I think I've still got the knife and forks in my kitchen drawer at home. The mess tins, I use them. I don't know if I use one of them air beds, but I use a cheap sleeping bag. These videos are all about what you can do if you've not got a lot of money, but you really want to try camping. It's just the tent. I just don't think it's good enough to leave your garden. I really don't. Unless it's a gorgeous summer's day like this. I'm trying to justify the tent, why I can say take this stuff while camping, when the tent is just not for that. It's your kids' tent. Could you take it out camping? Of course you can. Does it have to be good weather? Of course it does. But don't forget to leave your comment below. Will the tent leak or not? It's just the tent what's in my mind saying, no, you can't use that tent. But like I said, I stuck to the shop. So the next thing we'll look at is the lantern. You don't get batteries with it, so you're going to have to bring some batteries with you. This lantern's pretty good, it's got some magnets there. They're not very powerful, but there's some magnets. So you open it up. You lower it to as much light as you want to come out. I've used one of these plenty of times in my videos, and through night I've left it like that. It just gives it that nice warm glow. It's LEDs, bulbs. And how many LEDs it says. It's 140 lumens. So it's not the best, but it does a little bit of light in case you need to go to the toilet through night or you want to read a book. Right, so before I end this video, I just quickly want to say, I'm not telling you to rush out and buy this equipment. It's the best you're ever going to have. Someone commented that last time. I had a really bad dispute about it with him, so I ended up blocking him from the channel. I'm not saying this is going to do you perfect. Like I've said a number of times through the video, I'm just showing you what you can buy for the money if you want to get out and try to do it on a budget. Apart from the tent, if you had another tent, you know, it wouldn't be too bad. So I just want to quickly run through the list. 11 items for £68.49p. We've got the sleeping bag, we've got the mat, we've got the mess tin, knife and forks, a plate, a bowl, a cup, a lantern, a stove, a pillow and the tent. All's missing is some water and food. And you're happy. Apart from the tent. Let me know what you think about the tent. I just don't think the tent is good for camping outside your back garden. I go on about it because I don't want people saying, I got that tent, it's, you know, you made me get wet through and all this stuff. I've had it already from the pop-up tent. Someone said they got drenched because it rained. They brought the tent off my back and they went and got it and it rained. Well, I'm sorry, but I know you're not telling the truth there because it hasn't rained in UK for weeks now. And he commented that other day to me. And they're only from Bolton. Now Bolton's not too far from me and I know it hasn't rained. Yeah, and he was telling me once the money, what the items that he brought, what got ruined. So I know he tried to pull a fast one just having a go at me. So I blocked him from the channel. I'm not having that. You can go buy the stuff if you want, it's entirely up to you. The stuff I would recommend is these. The plates, they're cheap, they're easy. The knife and fork, the stove, the lantern. The sleeping bag's going to do you, the air mat will do you. It's just a tent what I'm not 100% sure about. Now if you want to see me look through AliExpress, Amazon, go outdoors, I'm going to always set the budget at £100 and see what we get for less than £100. I don't want to be getting more tents like this what are absolutely no good really. So if you want to see more and you're not already subscribed, you can hit this here, subscribe to my channel please. Check out the other video where I went around Aldi buying stuff from there. And for now, if you watch this video, thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody who watches and takes the time to leave a comment. Will it leak or not?